The Switch 2 launch hype might be starting to die down, but this console is just getting started. RDR2 just dropped a very cryptic tease for this week, which means, hey, I'm thinking we're going to be playing some cowboy action sooner than we thought. Plus, I've got a growing list of Switch 1 games that all look and run better on Switch 2 that I want to share with you. It's a live list, so you can add to it from testing yourself. Plus, if you were worried about the Switch 2's durability, Nintendo has once again continued in the trend of making a system that is downright unbreakable. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you're doing fantastic out there. What you been playing on your Switch 2 this weekend? Let me know as we enter the second weekend of Switch 2, or rather wrap up the second weekend of Switch 2. Happy Father's Day also to any y'all out there celebrating fathers of humans, pets, plants, or I guess like video game domination. Regardless, let's talk about some RDR2 because man, I want this game on the Switch 2. Leading up to Switch 2 launch, there was a big list of third-party games that were getting people real excited for Switch 2, and we've had confirmation of just about all of those. It was Cyberpunk 2077, bada boom. It was Elden Ring, bada ching. It was Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, we got them. RDR2 was teased recently by Nate the Hate as another one of those games, and one that would be getting next-gen updates for the other consoles and a freaking sweet Switch 2 version to seal the deal on Nintendo. And now, we've got this breaking news cryptic leak that I want you to try to figure out for me. The voice actor for John Marston says there are exciting news coming this week about Red Dead Redemption, and he can't think of anything else, especially while playing RDR1. He said it'll be definitely revealed before Friday, and given that a new Red Dead Redemption is not anywhere near us, right? Given that GTA 6 is all Rockstar's focused, and given that we already have RDR1 out on the Switch 1, and it's been redone for other consoles, this has got to be that RDR2 announcement. But I'm thinking even bigger, right? If he's saying it's going to be this week, is Rockstar just putting out like a, guess what? Red Dead Redemption 2 is being hyped up and tightened up for PS5, Xbox Series X, and Switch 2? Or is Nintendo going to reveal themselves at maybe a Direct? I don't know. I'm just saying, we've talked a lot about a Direct. It makes sense for this week. It's the third week of June, and Nintendo loves this week. They got DK Bonanza info to reveal. They got more games to date and tease. And now, John Marston's voice actor, the cowboy legend himself, is saying there's some really exciting news, and you can't think about anything else. And to me, based on Nate the Hate's rumors and leaks earlier last week, and then based on the list of third-party games, RDR2 is going to be announced and confirmed for Switch 2 this week, and I just hope it's soon. I think this should be a freaking stealth drop. All they need to do is update it for current-gen consoles, put it on Switch 2. That would be fantastic. I doubt they're going to do a physical version. If they are, I'd love to see it. Then they can, put it out in July or something. But if not, just drop it. Put it on the eShop, put it on these other platforms. I care mostly about Switch 2. I will buy that thing instantly. Let me know how many of you would be down to play RDR2 again or for the first time on your Switch 2 and get a truly awesome, most recent Rockstar experience on the new Nintendo hardware. Speaking of that Nintendo hardware, one of the best elements of this console that I don't think gets enough love is just how darn well it improves the Switch 1 library. Now, Nintendo has told us about games like Zelda and Pokemon that definitely get better, but there are so many others. And there's a very cool list over on r/Nintendo Switch made by WTF I'm Doing With My Life that is compiling a live living database of what games run better and what games don't run better. This is fantastic because you can see what is doing good on the Switch 2, what has gotten some bump from the impressive hardware that the Switch 2 brings to the table, and what games haven't. So you can go on here and be like, okay, Balatro has improved performance on Switch 2. I wouldn't have guessed that. Then you're looking down here and you're like, wait, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk also has improved performance? And Boreal Tenebrae is 60 FPS? I don't even know what that game is. You're looking down here and you're like, okay, Borderlands 1 has the same performance as Switch 1. Borderlands 3 has texture issues. They better get it right with Borderlands 4. But then you scroll down and you're like, dude, Cat Quest 2 is 60 FPS, Celeste is 60 FPS, and Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled has improved loading time. Now, obviously, I'm playing Mario Kart World, but there's a lot of great games that you can go back to from Switch 1 and be like, wow, this is running nice. This is looking good, and it didn't cost a penny, and Nintendo didn't advertise it. It just performs better as it should. That's what true backwards compatibility means in the current era. It's like, it's not just playing the old game, it's playing the old game, but done better. So bookmark this list. I put the link in the description down below. You definitely should check it out. It's something that I have bookmarked so I can check and be like, wait a second. Okay, all the Resident Evils have great performance on Switch 2, and Risk of Rain 2 also 60 FPS with better performance. I love my new system, and you're just milking the value out of that thing more and more. Value-wise, Fortnite on Switch 2 is bringing more value this week as they're adding the Lego Fortnite version to Switch 2. Currently, you can play Fortnite, but you can't play Lego Fortnite. And what's interesting about this is there's some sort of superhero Lego Fortnite new mode that is dropping June 18th, the same day they drop Lego Fortnite on Switch 2. So this is pretty cool. It looks to be something tied in with Marvel or multiverses, things of that sort. Pretty darn cool. I've never really messed with Lego Fortnite, but this would be the type of thing to get me into the action and see what it's about. I'm honestly surprised there hasn't been a new Lego game to launch alongside Switch 2, although we did get a bunch of Lego related announcements at Summer Game Fest with that cooperative title, and then with Lego Party, which a lot of people seem to really like, and I'm down for a new type of Mario Party thing, because I don't know how much I want to buy Mario Party Jamboree again. It is a cart though. Regardless, Lego Fortnite Expeditions dropping this week, June 18th, something new to check out for free on your Switch, which is always a fun time. The most fun though is smashing your Switch 2 with a hammer. Actually, I'd never do that, but I'm always intrigued by these videos where people try to break Nintendo systems. I remember back in the day, people running over Game Boy Advances and like, it still works. People dropped the Switch 1 1,000 feet in the air from a drone, it still worked. And now somebody is trying to hammer time this thing, and I gotta say, stop. First of all, you're crazy. Second of all, it takes so many hammer hits to break this Switch 2, and yet it's still working. This is bizarre and bonkers, but we kind of love to see it, all right? It really needed extra oomph from this channel that smashes everything, but before he went all Thor on the system, he did drop it on the floor, no damage, scraped it with a razor blade, that definitely left a mark, then tried to bend it until he could make metal bend. He made that happen on the kickstand, but then he went with the hammer, and it took 10 hammer blows with a big metal hammer, and that is when the Switch 2 screen decided to say good night. But hey, that's pretty impressive. This thing can take a lot of damage. Please don't do damage to your poor Switch 2, especially while people are out there trying to find one. But just in case your little brother or your demonic cat gets a hold of this system, they can throw it, they can drop it, they can hammer time it 9 times, and you'll still be totally fine. So that's really awesome news. And the Switch 2, it's unstoppable, my friends. I cannot wait to find out if there's a direct this week or next week. We will definitely have all that info to you as soon as possible. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching. Let me know your take on today's topics in the comments down below. What Switch 1 game are you eager to see on Switch 2? Let me know that as well. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. SwitchForce out.